Hello and welcome. Sit tight. Catch Dog Concepts will be live very soon. Thank you for tuning in. Muted. I'm muted. My bad. My bad. New salute. Joe Church, NWA County Corso. What's up? We in here. It's been a little minute. I've been off for a second, but we back now. Tonight we got a special guest. Some people know him. We got BK at Coondogwear. You know, some people say a legend in the game. We're gonna hear the story tonight.
What's going on, man?
What's up? How you doing?
Good.
Okay, okay. Man, glad to have you. Glad we finally got it to come on. So
Yeah, we had some mishaps.
man, they ain't want it to happen, but we here. So man, we're gonna get right into it. You know, tell the people your name and who you are.
All right, I'm BK. I live in Georgia. Like you stated, I own Coondogwear, which is a clothing apparel store online, and we have a physical space as well. We just recently actually just started selling supplies too. It's like
Okay.
your the cut collars for hog dogs, and all your garment products, and like waiter boots. So we have it all, jackets. So we have all that stuff now. So previously we didn't have any of that until this year. So it's a new thing for us to have the supplies.
Gotcha. Okay. So give us your first experience with dogs, how you got into them, even if it was from when you were, I don't know, 6 years old, you had a pet that you loved dearly.
Yeah, man. Honestly, I grew up with dogs my whole life.
Okay.
My dad and my uncle, and pretty much everyone. I'm originally from Chicago, and
Oh, okay.
yeah. So my dad had bulldogs, American Pit Bull Terriers from the time I was born. So I was walking, scooping shit forever, you know. So
Yeah.
So that's how I started with dogs. So
Okay.
I don't know, I prefer right now. I mostly have the coon dogs. Last year I got rid of all my bulldogs, and last year
Mm,
my Doberman died. Well, one Doberman died, and I got rid of my other ones because that was like my little buddy, you know.
gotcha.
So
Okay.
right now just coon dogs.
Gotcha. Okay. So I know you said you've been in the breed for a while, but I know some people as they're younger, like you said, you grew up in it. Once they get older or they move out of their parents' house, they get their first dog that they really wanted. What was that?
My first dog that I really wanted, the first dog that I purchased with like my own money, or actually that I asked for was I'm not sure if you're familiar with bulldogs, but it was a daughter of Long's Weirdo, which is off the Jeep. That was
Yeah, I
the
haven't heard of that. I'm not too into the bulldogs. I
yeah
gotta get my studies up.
yeah. Anybody that knows bulldogs knows what I'm talking about. So
Okay.
that was a big deal. So that was the first dog that I got.
Uh oh. Hold on. Man, I don't know what's going on. Somebody keeps sending a hit out.
Yeah, so that was the first bull. That was the first dog I got my own. Then my second dog was a boxer.
Got you. Okay. I hear the boxer a lot of people's background when they say that was like their first couple of dogs. It's
Yeah.
boxer. I don't know why. It's funny.
Yeah, they're good dogs, man. It was a German import. Through the years, I've imported a lot. Most of my stock of dogs outside of bulldogs were imports.
Okay. Wow. All right. So talk about that a little bit. The importing game. I know they recently made a law. What was that? I think no dog can be 6 months old, younger than 6 months
Younger than
old and
six
be
months.
imported. So talk about how difficult, just talk about importing as a whole. Some people say it's a real stressful process when doing it. So talk about that.
It can be. So I've shipped a bunch of dogs. I've shipped dogs overseas, and I've received dogs from overseas. I think
Gotcha.
the biggest problem I think when receiving dogs is trying to do it on your own. So they're always now I think they make you pretty much get like a broker in between that
Okay.
handles all the airport stuff. But back in the day, you could just go to the airport to the cargo, pick up your dog, and go. You know. But like when you're importing
Okay.
from certain countries, it's a requirement now, I believe, to have a broker. So they actually have brokers, just like if it was like a lumber or if it was like furniture. It's like they have brokers now that do livestock and dogs and stuff.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. Okay, I learned something. So I think we was gonna conversate a little bit before whatever happened. Uh, talk about how you got into the coon dogs. You said you went to the bulldogs and the Doberman, and you even actually you said the English Bull Terrier. You were into that at
Yeah,
one point. So
yeah.
when did that dog come into your life, and what is it
The
like?
the coon hounds.
The no, I'm sorry, English Bull Terrier.
My dad, when I was growing up, my dad always had them.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, so that's how I started getting them, and I started showing them. Um, and we had some really good ones, like top bull terriers in the country for a little while.
got you.
Yeah,
Man, so you
in the
just
show
been
ring.
top of the line almost your
Yeah,
whole life, huh?
I just love dogs, man. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah. So anytime I try to get any kind of dog, whatever, no matter what it's for, whatever job is for, I always try to get the best that I can. You know what I mean?
Right. I like that mindset though. Why not have the best of everything?
No, for sure.
Okay.
Especially with a dog.
Right. Right. Yeah. You don't want too many issues that you don't have to have. You can get it how you want it.
No, for sure. I'm trying to stay
Right.
away from health problems, just bad poor genetics. You know what I mean?
Right. So yeah, let's get into the coon dog. What got you into them? What was your first thing you saw about them?
Yeah. So like I was telling you earlier, I was watching YouTube. I was looking at some beagles and like rabbit hunts. And then a coon
Okay.
hound hunt was underneath on like the little tab, so I clicked it. And I just immediately, so just watching it, I was hooked. I was like, man, I gotta get into this, you know.
Yeah.
Um, so then I started looking online for maybe 2 or 3 days, and then I drove to Ohio, picked up my first dog. He's a dog named Dan. He was a Finley River dog, and I bought him and just kind of just started learning the ropes on my own. I didn't have any mentors. I had no one to show me how to do it or answer any questions. Everything I did
Right.
at first was just coming off of reading books and reading online and just trial and error.
Okay. Okay. So man, with that, you said it was a lot of trial and error. You didn't really have anybody to guide you or show you.
Right.
Did you do some type of studies, or did you just really you just failed and then you progressed off your failure?
Yeah. That's pretty much, to be honest with you, like I own my own businesses. So it's like
Right.
everything I've ever done, like I've always invested my own money into my stuff. You know what I mean? And I feel like the best lesson you learn is when you lose money because you don't want to keep doing that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like
Okay.
so most of the stuff I do is just trial and error and I just go in there full steam ahead and just try and shoot my shot and just learn from the mistakes.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. I like that. So when did you get into the events or the I don't even know.
Uh
Is it a sport? I don't
Competition.
know. Yeah, competition.
Come on, man. Is it a sport? Man, we got coon hounds out here hunting for in one night winning $100,000.
Yeah, that's a sport. That's a wow. Yeah, that's a sport.
Yeah. So I
Man.
so I know you. I think you said that news on here. News been out there with me. New knows it's a sport.
Yeah.
He's come hung out with us. But that's definitely a sport, man. And I've been doing that for 4 years now.
Okay.
Competition hunting. Yeah. I actually had $2 hunting tonight. I was supposed to go, but I made sure I remembered to I had my meeting with you scheduled. So
I appreciate that. Appreciate it, man. I know you're a busy man. I'm glad I finally caught you.
yeah. So Fire, she's hunting tonight. Fire and another dog I had named Eli. They're hunting tonight out of Talking Rock Hunt Club in northern Georgia. So they have a
Okay.
$55 open entry. So it's a double header. So they'll both hunt twice tonight.
Man. Yeah, I talked to Do a little bit. He said there's some dollars in the sport. Oh my goodness. I don't I might have to grab me a coon dog or two. I don't know.
Shit, that shit sounds good to you doing. That shit's tough, boy.
Right. I bet. I bet
It's
it
tough.
is.
It's stiff competition, and then you gotta remember, like most of these guys, like it's kind of like how I was with bulldogs. I knew bulldogs at the back of my hand. 'Cause I grew up around them my whole life. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
kind of new to the coon dogs, so like you're competing against guys that this is all they've done their whole life. Like
Right.
it's a lot of guys that are like paid handlers. Like you pay them to handle your dogs because they're so good and they're great at what they do. It's hard to beat these guys. You know what I mean?
I bet. I bet.
Damn near impossible sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because people get to bending rules around a little bit.
That's crazy. So, so how does a competition work? What are the rules?
Yeah, there's
Um,
rules.
what are the boundaries? What are some things you can't do, and what are some things that you can do that may help you succeed over others within the rules?
So first thing, you want to have a good dog. That's that's first things
Of
first. You know
course.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the rules. I mean, the hunt is set up like this. So each cast, each hunting group is called a cast. So each cast can have a maximum of 4 dogs. So those 4 dogs will hunt against each other on an early round or like whatever particular hunt it is. And out of
Yeah.
those 4 dogs, they'll compete for points. The point structure is 100 points for strike points. Like if you're the first dog to strike a set and open on track, that's 100 points, and it goes down to 75, 50, and 25.
Got you.
And then the first tree is 100 or 125 points.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. So it's a point system. So the main goal is to get as many points as you can without taking any deductions.
Okay. What are the deductions? Excuse me.
So for example, if you cut your dog loose, your dog goes out there. You got a minute grace period if they're barking because sometimes they're excited off the leash. So you get a minute grace period. Then after that 1 minute is up, the first dog to open his mouth means that he struck a track of a coon.
Okay.
So if he shuts up, if he's following that track, and he's barking, and he just shuts up. But you got 6 minutes for him to open his mouth again. He don't open his mouth again, you're getting minus to all your points. So if
Mm,
you have 100, if you had 100 strike and your dog shuts up and the 6 catches you, that means you're out. You're out 100 points now. So now you're negative 100.
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Um. So talk about. I know I don't want to get you. I don't want to get you. I don't think I probably. I don't know. You know this. I'm new to this world. What are there some controversies with judges maybe within the events?
Uh, I want to say controversy with judges. I think that there's like in the smaller hunts you have and it's even some of the bigger hunts you have what you call hunting judges. So that means out of those 4 guys that you have going out on your hunt, one of those guys is a judge. So then when you
Okay.
get into like the final round, sometimes you'll have a non-hunting judge, which is more, non-biased, and he's kind of just there to just a judge, and that's it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right. But sometimes shit gets a little weird when you have a hunting judge. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Got you.
Because they want to win just
Uh.
like you do, and they're the ones with the
Yeah.
card in their hand. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Got you. So man, I heard that you have, I think, the most winningest coonhound in the U.S.
I no, I have the second. He's the second most winningest
Okay.
coonhound in pro sport. Yeah.
Got you.
So there's
Got
there's
you.
three major there's three major registries. There's UKC, PKC, and Pro Sport. Those are the three major registries that people usually use for the hunts.
Okay.
So in pro sport, we're number 2 in pro sport, and for PKC, he's a double platinum champion for PKC, and then for UKC, he's a national grand champion. He's a champion bench show champion, and he's a Grand Night 2 champion.
Wow. Okay. Amazing.
Yeah,
So
he's
I
he's
heard
he's
from.
he's a good
Oh,
dog.
go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, yeah, that's what it sounds like. I don't even know like all the awards or the things you just stated. It sound like so. It sound like something. No,
Oh yeah, he's something. Sorry, a big bug flew in my face. But yeah,
you,
no,
you
he's something
straight.
for
You
sure.
straight for sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
his name,
like
his
I
name's
said,
Apollo.
Apollo. Okay,
Yeah,
okay, got you. Yeah, I heard not to put your business out there. I heard he got probably a little bit more now, but 250,000 in winnings.
yeah, he's just over 250,000 in total, and he has a pickup truck he won. So he's won a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, that's crazy. You said a
Yeah, so
pickup truck.
needless to say, like I said, it's a sport. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah. That's that's definitely a sport. What separates it from like the other sports out there that include dogs, like maybe Schutzin or the IGP, whatever you want to call it.
All right.
in dock diving? What separates it, even from the function to the people, uh, to just how the thing plays out?
Um, I feel like the gameness aspect of it. Like I feel
Hmm.
like even like with like the shuts and stuff. And like I said, I can only speak from personal experience. I can't speak for
Right.
everybody else and what they've endured and experienced. But I like working dogs too, like Doberman. Like I said, the Dobermans and stuff like that. But the reason
Yeah.
why I don't like certain aspects of like the competition side of that is because I feel like they got you like whipping them with that little bullshit stick, and it's like in a
It,
real life situation, that's not what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So it's like, so I really don't get into that because it's like, to me, it's not realistic enough. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then for coon hunters, to me, it's super realistic because they're taking one tiny footprint and tracking it and treeing it, and they're going through all types of obstacles in between. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like whether it's a group of hogs they gotta get through to get to the tree, or whether it's a mountain or pouring rain, hail, whatever it is, swimming across a river, whatever it is, they're gonna do it. Actually, what 3 weeks ago, I took Apollo to Alabama for a competition hunt, and he was treed after the hunt was over. He was treed. I had to go get him. It's like almost a mile and a half, 2 miles away from where we started at. So I drive over there to get him. He's every breath on the tree, bah, 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 every breath. I go get him. His whole face is swole up. He got bit in the face by a rattlesnake.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, to me, that shows a certain amount of determination and gameness because no matter, you could tell he's obviously in pain because his neck's swelling up. He got his collar on, the collar's getting tight. His
Right.
his face is all swollen, but he's still every breath like that coon, bah, bah, bah. You know what I'm saying? So
Wow.
like to me, that's as real as it gets. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So in terms of for a sport. So I don't know. I just like the realness of it. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, I
same thing
feel
with
that.
beagles. I love beagles. I like hog. I used to like hog hunting. Um, so
What
I like
happened?
it.
Why don't you like it anymore?
Man, it just, I don't know. It just got boring to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You got to
it
get
just
your feet
got
wet in
boring.
different areas.
Yeah, you try it all. Especially living in Georgia, you're gonna try a little bit of everything if you like dogs. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
I
I
see
did.
news page. He be out there in the field.
Nah, yeah, Newbie out there. He got all types of shit going on in his house. He got
Man.
dogs that attack you. He got dogs that hunt. He got everything. Everything you want, he got it.
Yeah. Shout out to New. So I had a question from somebody. It says, what bloodlines do you run?
Right now, for the coon dogs, right now I'm kind of running my Apollo dog. So
Okay.
the first breeding that I did with Apollo, those pups are like 12 months old, and one of them just won his first cast 2 weeks ago. So he's hunting tonight and tomorrow night. So hopefully he continues on. So I'm kind of like with my bulldogs, just kind of like getting my own, like picking buds that I like and kind of like starting my own thing. You know what I mean? So that's why
Yeah.
I even purchased the dogs that I purchased. Like I spent a lot of money on buying dogs, but it's because I have a greater purpose. Like once I buy my brood stock, I'll never buy another one again. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay. So you I did hear you say, I can't remember the name of the hound, other hound. So what are all the functions of the hounds you have on your yard when it comes to a hunt?
What do you mean functions in terms of what?
As far as what they do on a hunt, say like a basset hound when it comes to hunting rabbits, what do they do? What is their job on the hunt?
There's only one job. That's the tree of raccoon.
Got you.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
How
Yeah, that's all they gotta do. Is
Yeah,
like,
you have basset hounds too, don't you?
nah, beagles.
Beagles. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
but I just got rid of them actually. I gave them to a good friend of
Oh,
mine. Yeah, Kyle work a lot,
got you.
man. And they were just sitting in the pen, and I don't like my dogs that are working dogs sitting in the pen. So I was like, they gotta. So I gave them to a good friend of mine, so he could run them through the summer and do his thing. You know what I mean?
Got you. I had a question from Doug. You said, are coon dogs bred like game dogs?
No, it's funny. I'm happy he asked that. Uh, so like I said, I bred game dogs for a long, long, long time. Yeah, and that, for the most part, that's what most people around the world know me from game dogs.
Okay.
um like breed I was able to make some good breedings and things like that, but they don't breed how I like to breed. Like, actually today I bought a female that's a niece to my Apollo dog, and I'm a line breed her to him, and everybody's like, man, why would you do that? That's too tight. It's too tight. And in my mind, it's too tight for you maybe, but not for what I want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like that, like, genetic wise, I feel like how I bred game dogs is the same way I'm gonna breed my coon dogs, which is line breeding, like tight and loosely line bred. You know what I mean? Like to me, that's how you're gonna. If you have good stock, that's how you keep your good stock. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like if you're stuck with some dogs that aren't what you want, then you got to go out and you got to go find what you want. But when you got a good base and foundation, you should be able to stay within that family for a long time. Like we bred our family of bulldogs for over 30 years now,
Okay.
and we've got only had like a few outcrosses.
Gotcha. What are some similarities in the bulldogs and the APBT and the coon dogs?
The gameness, dog. Like I want dogs that have big motors and like and are focused. You know, like
Right.
dogs that want to complete their jobs and know what they're there for. And that's when I say gameness, I mean that with any breed, like my beagles or whether it's a Doberman, no matter what it is. You know what I mean? There's different levels of gameness for everything.
Right. Okay. Okay. Since you do have some experience in the APBT, I do want to ask you, what do you think gameness derives from in the
Derives
pit
from
bull, as far as like
it comes from
um
breeding. It's
okay, you
like
said
to me, yeah, to me it just
yeah,
comes from the stock and breeding. Like dogs are all dogs are meant to have a certain job. Whether it's a lap dog, no matter what it is, a dog was bred to have a certain job. That's why, like in my property, in my home, like I have a large property, right, in terms of like acreage and stuff. So
yeah,
people always say, "Well, why you always get Dobermans?" The reason why I always get Dobermans is because Dobermans are the only dog that I know of, and someone maybe in your group that can respond to this, but they're the only dogs that were literally bred just to protect the person. They were like
yeah,
the Doberman was bred just to protect people. That's it. Like they had
yeah. I
no
was
other
seeing in this
job.
argument a couple weeks ago. Yeah,
Yeah, like they're not bred to do. They're not bred to be a police dog. They're not bred to go herd cattle. They're not bred to do nothing but protect people. So that's
right,
why every time I have a dog for my family, it's a Doberman. It's a natural
okay,
instinct.
right. Wasn't bred for anything else. Yeah, yeah. So what was I gonna say? I just lost my question, but I picked it up. Man, hold on. What was I about to
Take your
say?
time.
Okay, I got you now.
Yeah,
What
light
would
another
get a
candle.
coon?
You can see that's killing me. You said
So
what?
what would get a coon dog on your yard cold?
Uh, I would say like just poor genetics, like or just a one that's just gonna quit track and like come back to you like not want to hunt. Any dog that'll quit track and not want to hunt, I'm not gonna necessarily say cold, but they can't stay here. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay. What are maybe some health problems that show up in the coon dogs, or some
I
things
know,
that
right?
may
Yeah,
go ahead, go ahead.
right now, the biggest thing that I have issues, not even have issues with, but that I have a distaste for is the thyroid dogs when they have low thyroid levels because you have to give them pills twice a day. And
Yeah,
I, with my schedule, I don't have time for that. You know what I mean?
right.
And
And that
then
can
the
interfere with
client,
breeding too, correct?
not necessarily. I'm not gonna say it interferes with breeding, but what I will say is that it interferes with your ability to compete year round because low thyroid dogs, in my personal experience, they blow hot in the summertime faster than a dog that doesn't have thyroids. So
Yeah.
and then they kind of like they lose track more. They can't smell it like how they normally would scent. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
that's why I don't have patience for thyroid dogs personally.
Right.
I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. I'm saying like people that do have them because there still be good dogs. You just gotta stay on top of their medication.
Right. Okay. So when did coon dog wear become a thing? When was the first thought of it? What made you want to create this clothing brand?
Well, actually, I didn't create it. I purchased it. It was established in 1993, and
Okay.
it was a good company. And then it kind of fell off because the guy that owned it took a different career path. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it kind of just went wayside. I was on Instagram and saw that they had a post saying it was for sale, so I just acquired it and just kind of ran with it, and we've grown like tremendously. So
Got you.
so it's been a blessing. It's fun. It's not. This is all really a hobby to me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like it's
Okay.
not like it's not my main job, but it's like I deeply enjoy it. We have a good staff. And everybody knows the company that hunts the coon dogs. You know.
Right. Okay. See, I'm sorry because that was a whole nother topic or subject, and I meant to ask this question. What does a diet like look like on your yard for a coon hound to make sure they perform to their best ability?
Me personally, right now I feed Yukonuba.
Okay.
That's what my base feed is. I'm sponsored by them actually. So
Got you.
so I feed their professional feed, which is a 30/20 feed. That's what I run on all my dogs.
Okay. Got you. Are there any supplements that you may use to help the dog perform a little bit better, or when it comes to starting out in the
Um,
gate fresh?
to be honest with you, like I'm a firm believer in raw foods too, you know. So I
Yeah.
do like if I'm competing real like a whole lot at a certain time of the year, like I'll add chicken. I don't add any red meat, but I'll add some chicken or I might add some carbs, just depending on the time of year. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's kind of similar to like bulldogs. I would feed certain things at certain times of the year. You know.
Right. Got you. Okay. So after a hunt, how do you let the dog cool down? When it comes to being tired out or competing.
Yeah, so usually, typically after a hunt, honestly, like we're usually way out. Like I travel the whole country on these hunts, so a lot of times, after a hunt's over, you don't really have much time to do like a proper cool down. So usually it's just walking them out, getting them back to the truck, and getting back to where we're going, and then I'll give them some electrolytes. I massage them and spray them down so that way I can massage them, whether it's with some type of alcohol or some type of ointment and just massage them and just try and let their body just kind of like come down on its own. I think like a big thing is too. I feel like people don't realize is when it comes to feeding, you don't ever want to feed your dog when he's hot. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you let them cool
Most
down.
definitely.
I usually give them about 45 minutes to cool down. Then I'll feed them.
Got you. Okay. What does selection look like for a coon dog when it comes to breeding, sire and dame?
Selections in terms of what I'm looking for.
Selection. Yeah. What are you looking for in the breeding between the two parents, and then what are you looking for in the puppies?
So the what I look for personally is natural starter dogs, like dogs that are naturally starting on their own. Like you're taking them as puppies and you're just going to the woods and they're kind of like figuring it out on their own. You're not like force feeding them information, trying to make them hunt. I don't want dogs you got to make hunt. I want them to go hunt on
Right.
their own, whether even when they're young, they're chasing a deer or they're chasing a hog, whatever it is. As long as they're out hunting, I don't care what they're doing at first. As long as they just know that they're in the woods and hunting on their own, like
Right.
not a dog that's gonna stand at your feet and just look at you like, oh, what are we doing out here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you
Okay.
definitely got to have an intelligent dog too. So
Got you. What do you look for in a puppy from the beginning? Can you tell that this dog will be a good coon hound from the puppy stage, or do you have to wait for the development to follow through?
man, to be real with you, man, it's like even from like my bulldog eras and Doberman eras and everything. Like I don't get too hung up on doing all these little puppy tests and doing this and doing that. Like when they're that young, it's impossible to say who's gonna be what. Like, to me personally,
Right.
like I said, I know everybody has their own ways of doing stuff, but to me
Yeah.
personally, like it's just the one that sticks out to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen lazy dogs that like when they're little puppies just lay down, not running and playing with the rest of the puppies and just sitting there laying. End up being the best ones. But for some
Got you.
reason, I got a thing for runts. I love runts. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
So I don't know why, but I always end up keeping runts. But I don't really have a per se preference. Everyone wants to outgoing, and obviously like the obvious stuff, outgoing, not shy, interested in stuff. You know what I mean? Like
right.
that's always the go-to. But I don't never want to look down on the dogs that people don't typically think about as puppies because I've seen them make it too.
Right. Okay.
So I think it's just a personal preference of what you like.
So that kind of shut down my next question a little bit, but I don't know. You might be able to give me something. What are the beginning stages of when you first want to get your coon dog in the competition and get them in the just even regular coon hunting? What are some things you may
But
do?
I think initially when you're a pups, you want to get some type of you want to get some type of like getting them used to doing certain things. Like
Right.
you want to start training your dogs to not get tied down on track too long. Like your dog is in there, he's working the track, and it seems like it's taking too long. He just can't figure it out. Like at some point, if you're in a competition, like he has to know that he has to leave that shit alone and go find something that he can get. You know.
Right.
Sometimes them dogs are just keep trying to find a coon. These coons are super smart. Like sometimes they'll pull one on one. You know, they'll go
Yeah.
tap one tree, then they go tap another tree, then go up a whole nother tree and jump out, go across the river. Yeah, like they're not dumb. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, especially ones that are hunted a lot. So just dog that knows how to kind of like check himself, check his trees, and try and be, as accurate as possible. That's my biggest thing that I look for is accuracy. Like everyone, I know in the sport, everyone loves a first strike dog. That's everyone's dream, a first strike dog that's accurate. But I just want an accurate dog. Like I don't care where he strikes at, as long as he has a coon, because the competition part is one aspect of it, but the name of the game is to have a raccoon. So
Yeah.
that's to me, that's what always going to be my base is accuracy.
Got you. Okay, I had a question in the comments. It says, how many brood bitches does he own and breed, and how often does he have a litter for sale, or how many litters do you have a year?
With the coon dogs, I don't have nearly as many like brood females as I did with bulldogs. It's because also I'm at a different place in my life right now. Like I got two little girls. I got a son just graduated high school, so I don't have the time that I used to have. So I
Right.
think right now I got one. You see, Fire, Nikki, Cody. I'm gonna Nikki, Cody, somebody, and then a new bear. So I got like five brood females right now.
Okay.
I just bred one of them. I don't really breed my coon dogs a whole lot. Just because I'm working so much right now. You know what I mean?
Right. Got you. What does brood female mean? Does it just mean breeding or?
It's funny that you asked. I'm happy you asked me that, man. I kind of want to nip that in the butt right now.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so like even from bulldogs and every other kind of dog, right? People always say this is a brood female. Or this female. I'm gonna use her to show her or do whatever I'm gonna do with her. She's not brood. To me, the dogs that you're working or the dogs that are working out for you, that's your brood. I don't care
Yeah.
about how they tell you, oh, well, this dog is bred this way, so she's supposed to be cold and she's not supposed to do this. No, all your dogs are supposed to work. You
Right.
can't tell me your brood female is cold and don't want to do this and don't want to do that, but she's bred right. I don't care how she's bred right. She don't work. You can't
Right.
start a foundation off of dogs that don't work. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. That makes sense though, especially when you can't use your. If you breeding, it's got to work. I mean, it's got to show some signs of being a good dog or a good working dog.
Right.
Definitely. So now we can get into the Coondogwear brand. What are some difficulties in the process of the clothing brand? Running it or even just owning it?
Um, for me, so I've never been in any type of retail space with any type of like clothing or none of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was a massive learning curve for me in terms of like knowing how much inventory to keep on hand or like knowing which designs people are like or what they don't like, and make sure you don't order too many things that people don't like and just have it sitting there, or knowing the different seasons and how to like purchase your orders so that way it is in time in stock full by a certain season. You know what I'm saying? So like right
Right.
now, like I'm already getting ready to start working on the fall line and stuff. You know what I mean? So that way I have
Yeah.
time to plan, prep, and make sure when every year at Autumn Oaks is our year that we come out with all of our new designs. So Autumn Oaks is going to be into the fall, like in the beginning of the fall, I think September. So so that's my favorite show to showcase new stuff. You know what I mean? So it's like I'll start
Yeah.
working now on that. You know what I mean? So I
Okay.
think I think the inventory stuff is the biggest learning curve for me so far.
Gotcha. What are some things you've learned over the years by being a business owner? How's it made you better? What are some things you saw that you did wrong in the beginning that you picked up on after you started owning and running businesses?
Um, let me think. I would say probably picking the wrong employees,
Okay.
or like trying to help trying to help out family and all that shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So I feel like in the business world you gotta be not cutthroat, but you gotta mean business if you want to be
Right.
successful. You know what I mean? Right? Like it can't be no favors. It can't be all constantly giving stuff to people because you'll never make it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Unless it's something that you're giving up for a purpose. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay. How important are connections? Connections flow through everything you're doing,
Yeah,
breeding,
connection. That's
business.
everything.
Dog. Yeah.
Yeah, connections are everything. I tell people all the time, your contacts are more important than whatever money you're getting.
Right. Okay. Got you. Um, I don't know. I think that's a good question. Who has been some people that have been real influential to you in the dogs in the business world, and even in the clothing world?
To be honest
And
with
what
you,
are some
really
things they've taught you?
just really my dad. To be honest with you, because my dad's the one that got me started with the dogs, got me started helping me with like my first businesses coming out of college. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah.
I really don't have a whole lot of folks that are like real close to with me. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I kind of like I told you earlier, like I learned on my own trial and error. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I've always
Okay.
invested my own money, used my own money. You know what I'm saying? Or like, so it's like I don't have a whole bunch of folks I can say with this person is part responsible for this or that. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay. Shout out Pops for sure.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, that's what's up. Shoot, I got a couple more questions. In the comments, if y'all got any questions y'all want to ask, go ahead and get them going now. I know it's a busy man. I don't want to keep them too long. Man, so I saw you was on tour with Future and Metro Boomin. This was what, last year?
Yeah.
Okay, what was that like? What did you learn? What was your purpose there being on tour?
I just help out there helping out, man. It's always a good time to be on the road, you know. So
Right.
I have a couple of nightclubs here in Atlanta, and I've always done concert promotion. So that's just what
Mm,
I've done as a business.
okay. What are some tips for promotion you may be able to give me?
uh, the biggest tip for promotion is give people what they want, even if you don't have it.
Okay. Okay. I like that. I like that. Got you. Man, well, I think this was a great episode. Short and sweet. I've been gone for a little bit, but we was on here. Had a brother on. Shout out BK. Shout out New Dog, man. Uh
So,
man, y'all go support the brand. Catch dog wear. Coondogwear, excuse me. I'm man,
man,
I'm
don't do me
thinking.
like that, man. I'm gonna have to come back do a whole new interview now.
Oh man. Oh man. My fault. I was thinking ahead of what I got going on. I might I
Oh, so
might I
you
might do
just
something.
missed me. You're already working on your next. You didn't even get off the phone
Nah,
with me
nah,
yet.
nah, nah.
Well, let me ask you this: where are you based at?
I'm in Michigan.
Michigan. I was just in Michigan recently, Reading, Michigan.
I've heard of it. I heard it. That's not too far from me. I live in Cassopolis, Michigan.
So what kind of dogs you have? Put the
I
interview
don't
on
got
you.
no. That's funny. I don't have a dog right now.
What kind of
My
dogs you
last
normally?
my last dog I had. This was, I think he passed away 2 years ago. I had a Presa Canario. Uh, he died. So then I didn't end up getting another dog. I will be getting another dog soon. South African Borbal. I'll be getting
All
one
right,
of those.
let me ask you this: so why do you like Borbals and Presa Canarios?
So the Presa Canario, I just always been around big dogs. My uncle owned a English Mastiff. I don't know if it was a mix, but I grew up with that dog. I liked how he looked. I loved him. Uh, and just a bit like, of course, Sandlot was like a movie that was real influential to me. I
All
watched that
right.
movie over and over, and that really just struck my love for big dogs. And my uncle, he's actually in the comments now. He actually gave me my Presa Canario. He sold it to me, and I just love like how they're built. They move like a cat. It's just I love their frame, and they're muscular, but they're not too wide and too heavy. They're sweet.
Yeah.
Some of them, not all of them.
Yeah, the
And
Presa
they
Canarios that's one of the mastiffs that I kind of give a pass to, but most like the Borbals and shit, like to me they're pointless because they're too big.
Yeah, yeah.
And
These
that's
people are
another
really
reason going
big.
back. That's another reason me going back to the Dobermans is because like if I'm in my house, somebody kicks in my door and does X, Y, Z, I still want him. You know, I still want the perpetrator. So if he gets out my house before I can get my hand on him, I want a dog that's gonna go snatch his ass up. You know what I mean? And
Got
I feel
you.
like a Borbal, it ain't gonna do that. You know what I'm saying?
See, there's some that are there's typish. I'm gonna sound like a nerd on here. Uh I'm really like I see it. There's different types. There's like a terrier type. There's a hound type. They say that's the most athletic type out of the whole group of dogs. It's athletically superior. It's fast, but it's still strong and holds some of that power. And then,
Mhm.
like I think what you're seeing now, the mastiff type, that type, that's the 200-pound dog, 180-pound
That's
dog.
crazy.
Yeah, that doesn't really move as well. So there's good and bad in the breed. A lot of people starting to trash on them because of that massive type, or just people breeding for those big, sloppier dogs.
Right, like some of the Rottweilers now.
Yeah, Rottweilers. Yep,
Yo,
yep.
what do you think about all these little exotic Frenchies and all that?
I don't want to say too much. I got some people that are Frenchie breeders and exotic bully breeders that follow me, so I don't want to crap on them too much.
But how's that
But
crapping on? You just giving your opinion on what you think.
you
I'll tell
right,
you what I
you right,
think.
you right. Go ahead, go ahead.
I just think they're non-functional. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
So it's like you breeding something that you know is gonna die in 2 years. That's crazy.
right. It is. Yeah, like the mother or father or grandfather and grandmother, they died at 4 years old, 3 years old,
For
and then you
sure.
breed that, and then you breed on top of that. So then that dog's gonna be
Yeah, the health
it's
problems
just
are
gonna pass away.
crazy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and
Like I
then
said,
like
I get why people are doing it for the money, but it's like at
yeah,
some point you gotta have some type of standard. You know what I mean?
right. Yeah, some people, whoever watched this, hopefully we run the numbers up on this one. But so like a lot of people were surprised about the, like you said, dogs want 100K pot for the competition. So some people might
Right.
be going for that. But
No, for
yeah,
sure.
like News said, 20K for dogs to live for 3 years, and it doesn't serve a purpose to your home besides being a companion or being something that
Shit, they
sits on the
can't even
couch.
be a companion because they sitting there struggling to breathe. You going to the vet more than you going to your kid's school.
Yeah, they man, it's bad. I don't I like me, my channel, I actually have had a guy. He was an American bully breeder. He has some show stuff, but he does protection work with some of his XL bullies.
That's good.
Some of his smaller ones, he's actually like he does protection work with them as well. And they're functional. They can move and they can run
That's
and they
good.
really get active. I'm having another young man this Sunday. He's an American bully breeder too, but like his are functional. He has videos of his dogs climbing up fences,
Yeah, that's
catching
good.
poles and stuff. Yeah, so it's definitely it's different sides in it, and there's some that are functional and that can do a activity, and that's one thing. I think all dogs should be functional to a degree. Now, high performance functionality, okay, if the breed wasn't bred for that, I'm fine with that. But
Right.
when you get into just the dogs that's spread out, you can't see my shoulders big, but just spread all the way out like this, and they
Right.
can't. They're walking like a spider. It's crazy.
Yeah, ain't got no back end, just all front end.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah,
But that's
like I said,
just
I get why people do it. I just wish people had a little more
integrity,
ethics.
respect for the dog. Yeah,
More ethics. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right,
cause I know, like what I do with dogs, like all my dogs are working dogs. So it's like
right,
I don't expect everyone to do what I do. Cause to be honest with you, probably 90% of the people on here are not going to go hunting 6, 7, 8 hours a night throughout the week and wake and come home from hunting and take your kid to school. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Like if you want to compete on this level with these dogs, boy, it's some real work.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
it's not easy. It's not for the faint. It's not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that, but I just feel like people should have more ethics in terms of like health. Like that's crazy to me. You know what I mean? Then
right.
now
Man,
they
I ain't,
bring. Like
go ahead, go ahead. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was just saying, like now they're bringing like Sharpays, like the fluffies and all this crazy shit. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. It's getting crazy. I seen a blue tick bauble. I'm talking
Yeah,
about it
that's
was so
crazy.
low to the ground. It looked like an English bulldog. It's terrible. Yeah, I hate to see it, but I guess every breed has they run-ins with the American fads and the things that they want to see in the dog that aren't supposed to be there or wasn't there before.
Right, and like I said, this is a disclaimer. Y'all get y'all money. Do that. If people are gonna buy all that and pay all that, that's cool. But just try to
Yeah,
think about the dog's health a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Take him
Care
for at
about
least
the
one
dog.
lap around the block or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. Some of they be having to carry the dog and carry it back
Man, what?
home. Yeah,
That's crazy, dog.
like me, like I said, I like mastiffs. I can't carry no dog home, so
No, he ain't carrying no massive.
yeah, I'm gonna throw my back out. Man, I meant to ask you a question. It just came up.
This is
Do
gonna be
you
the
can
crazy. You're gonna ask me something crazy. I know it.
No, I got one last one that's crazy, but we gonna man, you don't even know me like that, man. No, I'm just but do you condition your dogs? And how do you do that if you do?
Well, with the so right now I haven't been conditioning like I used to because I don't have the time. So I
Right.
a lot of my dogs are right now with handlers that are working them. But with coon dogs, like I just said, you're hunting your dog. Like say if it's 7 days in a week, most of these coon dogs are hunting 6 nights a week. So
Wow.
there's not much more conditioning you need to do outside of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when it comes to like July, August, I'll probably break out a slat mill for him, and I like or like a cat mill or something like that. Then because it's so hot outside, like you don't want to just be hunting all night long, you know.
Right.
And the snakes and
Okay.
alligators are bad too in the summer.
Man, what you think about people saying that the cat meals and slat meals are abuse to the dog?
And so is I guess so is a treadmill that people run on. It's the same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. I actually heard that the treadmills was actually like a torture method back then. Like they would run on they would have them get on the treadmill and grind oats or something like that for punishment.
Really, I never heard that. That's
Yeah, that's
crazy.
what I heard. That's what I read. I read it somewhere.
No,
But here go to
I think it's any kind of meal is good because you're at least you're giving a dog opportunity to exercise and my dogs love the meals. They see that they start whining and ready to get on that. They jump up their own. You know what I mean?
right. I got the crazy question now.
Okay, go
Man,
ahead.
have you ever been scared out there? Like you said, you get deep in the woods. Have you ever seen anything crazy or scary, or have you ever been scared out there and you didn't see something but it saw you?
So let's see. I'm not necessarily gonna say like I've personally never had a situation to where like I'm terrified. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
But like when I first started coon hunting, like I said, I started by myself. Anybody teach me nothing and none of that. So I
Yeah,
was out there trying to figure it out. So until I started really getting comfortable, like when you start hearing stuff in the woods or like you're kind of you know what I'm saying? Because it's pitch
yeah.
black outside. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's like yeah, you get kind of weary. But like recently, maybe about 4 or 5 months ago, I had a bear just like start growling at me, like going, and I couldn't even see him.
Oh
I didn't know
man.
where he was. I could just
Right.
hear him growling.
Yeah. Yeah, that's bad news.
Bad news bears, buddy. Bad news bears. But
What kind of
it's a
bears
lot
y'all
of
got
it's
in Georgia?
black bears.
Black bears is what I thought. Yeah, they all
Yeah,
over the place.
yeah. But it's definitely a lot of things that can happen in the woods, man. Like last year, some guys were hunting and they were cutting across a field, and I guess somebody so walking across someone's pasture and a damn bull attacked them.
Oh man.
Had to get a say what they call it, the emergency flight, the helicopter with
Yeah.
life flight or whatever. They had to they had to get that news funny.
Yeah, knew he funny for that.
New been out there, he been with me, he knows. But so that happened, and then one time a guy fell down like an old well, like you know how you dig a well on the ground, like
Yeah,
you know hundreds of feet for water.
yeah.
Some guys fell in a well before and died. Like she can
Wow.
get wicked out there. You got alligator that take your dog. Like your dog working a track around the water, the like the edges of a lake or
Yeah.
something. Alligator snatch him up. You know what
Oh
I'm
man.
saying? Rattlesnakes. Like I just told you, Apollo got bit a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, you said that. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it
Man.
can get weird out there, dog, for sure.
Yeah, shout out to y'all. I don't know if I can be out there at
That's
no
what I'm saying. This ain't
nighttime.
for everybody. You know
Yeah, it
what
ain't. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It sounds like it get wicked out there.
I mean?
Y'all got hogs out there too, don't y'all?
Yeah, yeah. We caught like 7 last week.
Dang. Also, you do go hog hunting sometimes.
No, no, my property. I own a bunch of land out here. I got like,
Oh,
let me see. Let's see. I got like 750 acres I own out here.
yeah.
So we one of the properties has a
Hold on. I had it just registered. You said 750.
yeah.
Golly, you on the campus. You on a
So
man.
me and my dad got hog traps out there. So we try and trap them because they tear up our food plots, like all our
Yeah.
food sources for the animals, for deer and this and that. You know.
Oh, got you. So, what was I about to say? A hog ever ran up on you? I talked to a friend last night. She said she was out there hog hunting. She said she couldn't find her shoes. I don't Hazel. I don't her name Hazel. She said she couldn't find her shoes, so she went out there in sandals and socks. And a hog turned around and tried to get her. It
She was
missed her,
hunting.
but
She was hunting with socks on?
she was hog hunting with people. Yeah,
And wearing sandals and
she
socks.
went sandals and socks. Yeah,
Well, she a savage.
yeah, she is. I said you could have died. She talking about yeah, but I didn't.
I
That's
got this
crazy
right
though.
here. You can't. You might not be able to see it, but on my arm right here, I have a scar right here.
I think I got yeah, I see it.
Yeah, that was from a tusk of a hog.
Oh man.
Yeah, yeah,
What you say in that? What
it's,
you say in that moment when he was on you?
honestly, he wasn't necessarily on me. He just caught me. But I
You
was,
was next to
but
him.
yeah. So what happened? I thought he hit like I thought he cut my artery, like my
Yeah,
like when you slit your wrist, because it's going
yeah,
across it right here.
right.
So that's what I was worried about. But once I saw it wasn't that, I wasn't tripping.
Got you. So I had a question. Let me see where it was from. Um, my glasses at. Oh, it says, have you ever lost a dog on a coon hunt?
Lost it, like can't find it.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I've lost them for a moment or two, but not completely.
Got you.
Yeah, but they
Okay.
have gotten lost. Like Apollo, he's not gonna stop hunting until he finds a coon. So
Yeah,
so I, so it could be 100 yards in front of us or 5 miles away. He ain't gonna stop until he finds one. You know what I mean?
right.
So
Man,
he's a really big heart.
let me ask you this question. So is it I don't know. I feel like it'd be a weird question, but is it like prey drive that drives the dog to continue to hunt or hunt the coon? Or what is the want to find the coon derived from? Because they don't attack the coon necessarily; they just find it and tree it.
Now
So
they
what?
attack if they catch it. Apollo catches one at once a week, but most of
Oh,
them
okay,
don't. No, most of them don't though. It's not common. You know what I'm saying?
right,
But like it goes back to like I was saying with anything else, gameness. It's bred. It's
right,
either bred in them or it ain't. Same thing with
got you,
Dobermans, Bulldogs. No matter what kind of working dog you have, they have to have a certain level of gameness, or else
right.
there's no point in having them.
See, I'm so green to the coon world. Like New was telling me, this is like a whole different type of ball game
So
than
it's
most things you
crazy.
see.
It is crazy.
Man,
It's crazy, man.
I got to see this myself. I
He
gotta.
got like that's like today, like this. I'm gonna talk quiet because my wife's window is right here.
Okay.
But like today, like I woke up, and I'm like a fiend. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a hunt in Kentucky today, and I was literally sitting here thinking, like, if I pick my daughter up from school early today and hit the road, I can make it to this hunt by this time. You know what I'm
It
saying?
get
So,
that real, huh?
it's just a good time, man.
Right,
And it's a tip for me, to be honest with you, man. I work so much and so hard, like it's not even about like necessarily winning. You know what I'm saying? Like it's more or less just a camaraderie and just like going out having a good time, like jumping on the highway with a buddy or two and just like getting a cabin for the weekend and hunting all weekend. Like
right,
that's what I really enjoy it for. You know what I mean? And it's just I'm just a competitive person. That's what of course I want to try to win. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
like when I don't be tripping. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So New asked a good question. See, I like I said, I don't know too much, but he said, "What type of coon dogs do you run?" There's different type of coon dogs. I'm asking you this.
Yeah, I run tree and walkers.
Okay, okay,
They're like almost like a foxhound, almost like an oversized beagle, like kind of like
yeah,
the tricolor. You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's
They
what I
kind of
run.
look. Yeah, know what those look like. They do kind of look like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Then they have like black and tans. You got black and tans, tree and walkers. You got English hounds. You got blue ticks. You got the leopard hounds, plot hounds. That's mainly it.
Okay,
But
okay,
the tree and walkers are the most dominant by far, and they're also the most dominant because they're bred the most too. You know what I mean? Like
right.
they're bred strictly for competition. You know what I mean?
Got you. Have you studied the background or the history of the tree and walker hounds, like how they were developed and
No,
the
I haven't
process of
studied.
that?
No, I haven't studied that. I haven't had time to study that. 'Cause I've been too busy trying to win. But
Right.
I've studied like the bloodlines of the dogs that I have. You know what I mean? Because I
Yeah.
like a bulldog pedigree. I know that in the back of my hand. So I've
Right.
seen bulldog pedigree since I was 6 years old. You know what I mean? But it's like these coon hounds, like I'm still learning the pedigrees and learning which stock of dogs I like. Right, like currently right now, the bloodlines I like the most are the I like bone collector dogs. I like the power pack and easy cross. I
Yeah.
like so I was like I have certain lines I like. The Mr. Mo dogs, I really like Mr. Mo dogs. So like right now I feel like the main focus of my yard is Mr. Mo and power pack and easy.
Okay. Yeah. See, I didn't really know. And there's of course dominant bloodlines, kind of like pit, like they say with the pit bulls, where there's like better bloodlines than others.
Well, I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say that there's certain. I tell people all the time with bulldogs, right? I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't say that there's necessarily better bloodlines. I feel like there's just better representation of certain bloodlines.
Got
So
you.
it's like you mean like you can find a good dog of every bloodline is going to be a good producer, a good working dog. You just got to find the right dog. So
Right.
so it's like to me, it's like it's not so much the bloodline; it's really the dog that you're working with. You know what I mean?
Right. Got you. Okay. Jay, he kind of touched on this a little bit as far as how he got into coon hunting, but he asked what made you pick the certain breeds you did.
So the reason why I picked the Tree and Walker is because when you pick up if you look at the current standings and current winnings, everything that's on the higher end is all Walkers.
Yeah.
So that's
Okay.
what that's why I originally went with the Walkers, and then the reason why I went with my main dog right now is because he comes from a family of winners. Like the Power Pack Easy Cross is one of the most famous breeding crosses in the Walker side in terms of like percentages. And it was like they're natural starting dogs. They're intelligent dogs. They got loud mouth. They got big engines. They're just a good line of dogs. And they made that cross, I think, 4 or 5, 6 times. And every litter was major winners. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So that's why before I bought them, I researched a lot and
Yeah.
and led me to get in them. You know what I mean?
Got you. Okay. Um. So I think you kind of said this a little bit, but oh, if the Doberman is not your favorite breed, what is your favorite breed?
But my favorite breed is always going to be a American Pit Bull Terrier.
Got you.
And that's just because that's the only breed that can do every other breed in the world's job.
Yeah.
A pit bull can do every job there is for any dog.
Okay. Even be a protection dog or a guard dog.
A pit bull can do any job. Any job for a dog, it's a working job. A pit bull can do it. I'm not saying
Yeah.
he's going to be the best at it.
Right. Right. Right.
To be honest with you personally, I don't even think a pit bull should be human aggressive. I like
Yeah.
period. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
they should be never be trained to be protection dogs in the first place.
Right.
But they have the ability and the
To do
brains
it.
and the stamina to do every job that any other breed can do. But
Uh oh, you cut out for a minute.
I was
Saw that.
saying that. Yeah, I was just
Saw
saying
that
that.
acreage.
That what?
Just saw that acreage.
Nah, it's the damn. That's why I was asking if you could hear all these damn frogs by my pool. It just be
I can
making
hear
all
him a
this
little
damn
bit,
noise.
but it's not nothing crazy.
The so no, I was saying that a bulldog can do any dog in the world. A bulldog can do their job, right? A pit bull,
Yeah.
they can do their job, but every other dog cannot do a pit bull's job.
Right. Okay. Got you.
So to me, that's the best breed. That's just the best there is in the world. Period.
Yeah. Like I said, I've seen him do some things, and I've heard from other people say like jaw broken. They still trying to do what it do against prey. Oh, think you got a call. I got one more question, and then y'all we gonna shut it down. We gonna get up off this thing. I think this was a great episode, real personable as well. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna take you off. I'm gonna take you back on. Oh shoot. See, I think like I said, they sending the hit out, man. They ain't want this to happen. Let me see. I'm gonna kick you, and then try and come back on. Yep, he exited out. Let me see. Let me see if you come back on. There we go.
Got me.
Man, they ain't want us to have an interview. Ain't that what DJ Khaled said?
We the best.
We the best. Absolutely. So I got one last question, and then we about to hit an hour. So I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna let you go, bro.
All right.
Did he do it?
Man, don't do that, yo.
I'm
Don't
just
do
playing. I'm just playing. I'm just joking. Oh man.
that.
Yeah, like I said, though, man, I'm glad I finally caught you and we finally made it happen. I think this was a great episode.
Nah,
Shout
for
out
sure.
to Coondogwear. Any words you want to say? Anything you want to say before we shut it down?
No, man, I appreciate it. I enjoyed it. It was a good conversation. I liked it a lot. So I
For
appreciate you.
sure. Yep, I appreciate you as well.
Yeah, hopefully I win
Y'all.
something big soon, and then I can come
Oh
back
yeah,
on here and
yeah,
tell y'all about it.
yeah. And then you send. Yeah, we can definitely do another episode. Yeah, and you send me a little piece of that.
Now,
No,
push
I'm
a
just
what?
kidding. No, I'm just, send me a little piece of the winnings. I'm just kidding. No, I don't need nothing. I'm gonna have to come out there. Like I said, I'm gonna have to come to a competition or something. I'm
Come
gonna just
on, New will
watch though.
take you. New knows where to go.
Yeah, no, we're gonna have to set something up, man. I gotta get out there in the field. I'm gonna try in the future. I'm trying to have some kennel visits, some stuff like that. I think just to get more personable with the people that's out there behind these kennels and these great dogs they've been breeding.
No, that'd be dope, man. I used to have a crazy kennel. I just sold that house like I don't know, maybe like a few months ago. New's been over there.
Yeah, you.
Right, I had a crazy kennel set up.
I bet you did. Well, with all that land, I know like you just had it just like a crazy. I already know. But yeah, y'all stay tuned. This Sunday we got functional focus kennels. Young black man out here doing his thing with the American bully breed. Shout out to Catch Dog. Oh my goodness. I was about to say Catch Dog wear again. I'm gonna let you go, bro.
Damn, man, that's
Man,
horrible.
that's my fault. I might need one of them, man. I had a long day.
I got you.
Salute to everybody.
Appreciate y'all.